Greetings, everybody. My name is Coin. Welcome on in, everybody. Hopefully we're all doing well. Hopefully we're all, like, well within operational boundaries and our health and our psychological well-being. And I hope we all enjoy our stay. Today marks a very special day. Today, we put an end to Calamity Ganon. Finally, really, truly put an end to him. Hello, Mr. NK Plays on Twitch. Welcome on in. Good to see you, good sir. Hopefully you're doing well in both body and mind, and I hope you enjoy your stay. NK says, hello, hi. Here comes the finale. Yes, sir. 'Tis the plan. Going to start a normal mode run. Good luck, though I suspect you don't need it. Before we begin, here are this cycle's patrons and subscribers. Thank you so much to Brightwell at Michael DS and Mr. Rowan Darcy for their continued subscriptions. You guys helped ensure that there wouldn't have been a runoff vote, by the way. I want you guys to know that. Um, and then I don't have any like one-off contributors, aka patrons, but I do want to thank people who have donated in the past. Your contributions have been exceedingly meaningful. Let's just do a little bit of camera setups. NK says, make sure to buy Master Kuga from the compendium. I will. Don't worry. We're still going to log back into the game and check. Because if I look in the album, if I look through our compendium here, I'm pretty sure these two here, I know for certain are the Ganons. I'm pretty sure 136 is Master Kuga, and I don't think I can buy him. I'm gonna double check this real quick before we actually do the thing. But I do not believe you can buy, but Master Kuga's funnier, not gonna lie. But yeah, Master Koga. Let's see. So if I look at the compendium, Zelda Wiki gives me one like a complete list of these. 136 is Master Koga. And don't see anything. Let me try looking at, let me try typing this a different way. Okay, yeah, so we do have to kill Ganon first. Makes sense. And I believe NK drilled me through that yesterday. So, here's my plan, because I got a special plan. I'm going to go over our plan, because what happened last time was a 7-hour, fest where we basically accomplished all the check marks. We tallied out everything. We did the horse mini game and got extra frustrated with it. We demonstrated the cooking recipes. We demonstrated the armor upgrades, all that fun stuff. Today, Calamity Ganon and the Dark Beast. It's both parts. Then afterwards, I have something set up on my gaming computer. Once we're done and we've actually gone in and done everything, I'm gonna swap what the capture is showing, and then we're gonna go over some of the stuff in the cutting room floor, and hopefully that'll get us to a 2-hour stream today. And I'll make sure I've adjusted the title on Twitch as well, so that people, know that, oh, hey, we're not playing the game. I'll have to adjust the category and everything, but that could come later. As for my intentions, I have my Sheikah gear on right now, but I've made the decision that I'm going to use the wild set in the fight with Mr. Ganon, and I'm going to use the Master Sword. I've got the Master Sword and Hylian Shield equipped for, completeness. I'm just missing a good retro bow. Bows don't really have the same notoriety in the Legend of Zelda series. The Bow of Light is the most notorious bow there is, and we're gonna get it real soon. Real soon. But first, let's make it through the castle, shall we? I did also, I guess before, this is the last thing I wanted to demonstrate. I did go ahead and make some food. Gonna go ahead and eat the enduring greens right now. And I'm also going to use one of these elixirs. Actually, I'll use the meal here. So I've brought in the big guns. I went and pretty much got one of everything. You don't need the fireproof elixir, but it does restore HP in a pinch. I used a whole bunch of dragon horns to make that happen. So I've got like the best, the best buffs that money and time can get for us. So let's turbo through it, shall we? I pretty much spent like 2 hours, right at about 11. That's when I started with the grinding. That's when I did it. I was able to get it done in a, 2.5 hours sitting. So I feel pretty good about that. Oh, I think I'm out of ancient arrow. Oh, I have exactly one. Okay, so one fight, and I think we should now be good. Where are we in relation to the front door? Because that's kind of how I want to get in, is the front door. Let me just go ahead and slide through. All right. I'm going to make a save so that we don't have to repeat that. Let's change gear. Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait for this stream to usher in the conclusion of a series. Now, I say conclusion, but there are still the bonus videos. Like, I'm going to get to work on that this weekend. And try to have them minted out in basically a... I'll try to space them out so that we get like a bonus video every, I'd say 3 to 4 days. It'll take me a lot of time to go through the snippets. I may also get my siblings' help to like watch the video, like watch the recording and like just note the timestamps. But we'll have to see. Okay. So, we got the Master Sword beam, and I believe the beams are based off of full health. Oh, oh my god. It's alright. I forgot to exchange the 4 spirit orbs. We can do that afterwards. It's fine. Is this everything? I think so. All right, now we're gonna save again, and I'm gonna wink out the camera. Let's freaking go. LFG, baby. Because it's cutscene time. And I guess we'll go ahead and eat the attack boost now as well. Where did I spot that? That's here.
Link. Link. I'm sorry, but my power isn't strong enough. I can't hold it.
Has finally come. Brace yourself, Ganon, for the sting of my revenge!
This will be our final opportunity. We will not fail.
Let's go, little guy. Now, open up wide, Ganon!
100 years in the making. Hold on, princess. Our moment has arrived.
Okay. Neato Burrito. LFG. Oh, I need to, like, get up quick. Is that a charge? How does the, Master Sword Beam work exactly? Okay, get ready. Ooh, that's got a lot going on there, buddy. I have to parry this. Okay, he should plate up.
Urbosa's fury is ready.
Okay. Well, I would love to, but I needed to be a little bit faster than that.
The root's protection is now ready to roll.
Yeah, don't try that. Ah, okay, so that's an explosion. Got it. Let's go ahead and munch on some food. Oh, well, that I failed, but we got it. Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. I knew I was forgetting something. Hold on. Oh my god. I forgot to take a photo. We gotta do it again. Yep, close it. Close it, close it, close it. Gotta take a picture. Oof. I got so caught up in the, you know, the grand, like, part of the joke, or part of the, you know, the grand part of the fight. I locked in. Okay. This time, let's get the picture. It wouldn't be a production without at least one screw up. Okay, take number 2. I will, however, skip the cutscene this time. We've already viewed it. At least I hope this counts. I technically loaded a save where I haven't seen the cutscene though, so maybe I'll maybe that won't work. I guess we're gonna find out. I have a bad habit of getting locked into boss fights. Okay, let's eat the attack food and let's do it again. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to... I'll do my best to engage him in a stun lock. I just don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. Alright. Skip time, I think. Yep. We've already seen this song and dance.
Has finally come.
All right, photo time. It has to specifically be when he gets up. Okay, good to know. Oh, that right. I remember now. You use the beams by throwing the Master Sword, I think. Wait. Yeah, I think the Fury basically has to be, like, after he has fully gotten up. At least we get to see all the attacks. I mean, there's something good that comes out of all this, right? Okay, phase 2 with the plate armor. Pretty sure bombs don't work on this. Like, you have to, it has to be a guardian shot. Yes, that's what I thought.
Urbosa's fury is ready.
Wait, he has to stand up, fully stand up. Yeah, that didn't matter. That was too late. Oh, that's really oddly specific timing. Like, I don't think stunning him is worth it. I would rather just fight normally. There's no reason to try to stun lock. You could Fury while he's on fire? Yes. Oh, I'll just try. Let's just try. Ah, yeah, that didn't work. It's not relevant. Let's just get the kill. Okay, Mr. Calamity Ganon. It's not a pretty kill, but we got it. I'm sure it's possible with, like, attack buffs and everything to completely stun lock him. Thank you for the GGs, everybody. Zelda actually inside of him? Or is she like... I sort of wondered, like, I knew she was in the cocoon, but that takes the meaning of imprisoning Zelda to a whole new level if that's what was happening. Seems more like an alternate dimension, if anything. Well, I guess there'll be a time for a whole bunch of questions later.
Ganon. Ganon was born out of a dark past.
Zelda's inside of him somehow? Ooh, I should be covering the camera.
Reborn time and time again. He has given up animal incarnation and assumed his pure, enraged form. If set free upon our world, the destruction will be unlike anything ever seen before. I entrust you with the bow of light, a powerful weapon in the face of evil. Link, you may not yet be at a point where you have fully recovered your power, or all of your memories. But courage need not be remembered, for it is never forgotten.
Okay, question. Are we locked into the horse on this one? Or can we use the motorcycle? Also, that's not bad music. Oh, no, delete that. No, you aren't locked on the horse? Good. I'll take that. Princess Zelda gave you this bow and arrow for the battle with Dark Beast Ganon. When wielded by the hero, it fires arrows of pure light, strong enough to oppose the calamity. Oh, I skipped over dialogue by grabbing that.
Attack any glowing points that you see.
You got it, Zelda.
May you be victorious.
Other side, of course. It's never the side that I pick.
Aim for a glowing area.
What? How did that miss? Or maybe the range is like super short?
I can't hold it much longer.
Oh, it's like specific spot. Okay.
Ganon's power is weakening.
Now it's probably this side right here. At least it better be.
I'm holding back the malice.
He is in tree cover. I need to move.
It's working.
All right, almost crossed that finish line. Under him? Okay.
Hit the glowing area.
Urbosa's fury is ready.
It's so close.
Head area, maybe? I feel like headshots are incoming.
Link! Look up there.
Yep.
It's the very core of Ganon's being. Do what you must, Link.
Oh, I think, yeah, I have to wait for it to open.
Do it, Link.
Yep. Fully I did not anticipate that. Right. GG, thank you. Gonna go ahead and wink out that camera. Destroy Ganon. Complete. Ah. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I've been keeping watch over you all this time. I've witnessed your struggles to return to us, as well as your trials in battle. I always thought, no, I always believed that you would find a way to defeat Ganon. I never lost faith in you over these many years. Thank you, Link. The hero of Hyrule. May I ask, do you really remember me?
There's a secret cutscene for unlocking all the memories. I'm pretty sure we did that. It would be really rough if I didn't get that, if I missed a memory somewhere. Well, my lovely senators and inductees, I told you guys that I would be putting in my parting thoughts with the game. Let me first start by saying that the game as a whole is fantastic. There is a lot to like about Breath of the Wild. The gameplay is fun, generally speaking. The art direction and style, it's not hyper realistic, but that was never the point of the game. It was never the point of Legend of Zelda. Like, the most realistic depictions belong to Twilight Princess. The music score, the parts that have music are great. Otherwise, you know, there's like subdued ambience, and it's a wholly different feel. The dialogue was generally fine. There were certain characters I felt could have used a little more development. I wish perhaps like Mipha's lore had been explored a little bit more through cutscene rather than reading about it through book. And I guess you do get some dialogue for repeatedly defeating the illusory blights. Like that, I know that's supposed to kind of like give some like extra insight into the characters, but I feel like that should have been expressed through cutscene. Like I have a preference for it being expressed through cutscene. I just think it makes for more compelling storytelling, but I realize that that's not always possible. So the text is at least there. The lore is not in your face, but it still manages to tell a story. And for the large part, this is like, I would say in terms of the story, not even just the dialogue, the story is the most rich that the Legend of Zelda franchise has ever had. Tears of the Kingdom improves upon the storytelling pretty profoundly from what I understand. The 100% experience. Let's talk about that. I mean, we're not fully done. We have a picture we gotta buy, and there may or may not be one or two other things we gotta do. But I think for the most part, the 100% experience is fine. It's fine. It's nothing to write home about. But for the most part, like the shrines, the armor upgrades, the compendium, those are fine parts. Did we need to... I wish there was a cookbook for, like, ensuring we've cooked everything once. Yes, it's nice that you can individually verify each recipe, but what I mean is, like, an internally baked in logbook for things, kind of like the Metroid Prime series. There are logbooks. You can check that you've scanned everything. Yes, there's a progress bar that's there. I get that. But I get the feeling our progress bar, when we see it, is going to be pretty misleading, because there are things that I would not exactly consider part of the 100% experience. Like, it's one thing to collect all of the one-time chests, right? It's something else to collect a chest that, like, continually respawns all the time. I don't know if I want to count that, because I definitely know I have not found all of the multiple, like the multi-use, like constantly refilling chests. I know I've not found all of those. The Koroks. I know they're supposed to be a joke. I know they're a joke. They're a poop joke. Let's just call it what it is. They didn't need to drag out the poop joke that long. They didn't need to capstone it with a polished turd, a super turd on top of that. That not getting something more compelling for your trouble other than weapon slot upgrades. I mean, weapon slot upgrades are fine, but then that should have been the capstone at, 455 or something, or maybe 512. That should have been the cutoff. And maybe the Koroks could have been a little bit more noticeable on the map. Lifting random rocks is not... I've said it. I've given my opinion on the Koroks the whole time. I like them in theory, but there are too many of them, and they are too innocuous. They're too hard to find. Never mind when I have to do this in Tears of the Kingdom. They're probably not any more noticeable. Because I know about the ones that come in pairs. They're like an escort quest type thing. But that's probably not the norm. And, the Koroks are now split between 3 maps in Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I know that for a certainty. I've been told this so that I know about the annoyances going into that game. Yeah, I think the Koroks detract a lot from the full completion experience. All in all, I think The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild truly did breathe a breath of life into the franchise. I think, if it weren't for that and Super Mario Odyssey and a few other titles, I think Nintendo would have died out with the Wii U. I'll say it. I think it would have. I just hope that in the midst of what we're witnessing as like Nintendo's sort of rebirth, I really do think this really helped to springboard Nintendo back into relevance. I'm hoping that it actually might not be quite quiet enough. We'll have to see. We're literally watching the culmination of an entire company's rebirth, not just the dev team for Zelda, but Nintendo as a whole. Truly. I just hope that in the process of that, we didn't get it, this didn't also signal the metastasizing into something worse. Okay, winking out the camera.
We'll make our way to Zora's domain. Divine Beast Varuta. Looks like it's stopped working. Let's investigate the situation. Mifa's father. I believe he would like to hear more about her. The least we can do is visit him and offer him some closure. Although Ganon is gone for now, there is still so much more for us to do, and so many painful memories that we must bear. I believe in my heart that if all of us work together, we can restore Hyrule to its former glory. Perhaps even beyond, but it all must start with us. Let's be off. I can no longer hear the voice inside the sword. I suppose it would make sense if my power had dwindled over the past 100 years. I'm surprised to admit it, but I can accept that.
Wow, and there's a star. Now, since we've seen the end, feel free to tell me. Did we get the better ending? Or did I miss something? I guess I can open up and find out. But that looked, she had like a pained expression on her face right at the end that made me think, oh, I might have missed something when she was talking about, you know, painful memories to bear and offering Mifa's father closure and everything. Like, it felt like a very out of place expression. And of course, if I want to do that, if I want to actually find things out, I have to leave the castle. So let's go by that picture and figure out, you know, how close did we actually get to 100%? I feel like we've done every meaningful thing that we could ever do in Breath of the Wild. I feel like we've done every meaningful thing we could ever do. 99.42 out of 100%. What am I missing? All right, I guess let me look at the adventure log. So if I look over the total number of memories, I think I remember there being 18. Okay, yes, I have confirmed we do have all 18. So now let's go by that picture. Let's go back to Tenno. Let's talk. Let's talk to Simon and get that last photo. And we can also turn in those 4 orbs. I think if I had legitimately not missed that photo the first time, we would have actually gotten 100 out of 100. Like, full, straight up, no holds barred. Like, do you have anything to say? Hey, you! There's nothing more I could do for you. Alrighty.
Yeah.
What do you need? I need a picture. Elite enemy picture. I have to charge you 500 rupees for the elite enemy picture. Boss's orders. And the last weapon. How have I not taken a picture of the Master Sword? Link, my goodness, have you really collected every picture? Incredible! I never dreamed that I might someday see a complete collection. This level of dedication to research deserves a reward, but I'm not sure the lab budget has room for one. Although if he's that passionate about pictures, then maybe... Well, it will have to do. Here, I found it sandwiched in a book. I have no interest in it myself, so... Inside the envelope is a picture of a beautiful young woman of the Sheikah tribe. The woman in that picture. You don't suppose it's... Snap. Suppose you want me to give you the whole story? Yeah. Album runes. When you were defeated by Ganon, sealed in the slate. Discovered additional runes through... Yeah. Uh-huh. I see. Is there anything else to do with that? Link, I'm incredibly impressed that you've managed to collect all the pictures. There's nothing more I can offer you, but I wouldn't mind your company every now and then. Bow chicka wow wow. Classified envelope. Beautiful young woman of the Sheikah tribe. Maybe that's actually Impa. Let me actually talk to Kakariko village. And, you know, also turn in those hearts. Those orbs. I can't, I'm almost in shock. What is going on with Firebot today? Why is that disabled? Okay. Well, you hear that off in the distance, my senators and inductees? That is an ad storm. In about 5 minutes, it'll blow over us, and then we can get right back to the gaming. Thanks. That is my cue to do the major, or the minor shilling for today. Where's our statue here? Thank you guys so much for, you know, hanging out with me today. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being here for the end. I really do. I would not have gotten to here. I would not have beaten this game if it weren't for you. It would have sat in the dustbin. It would have sat in the dustbin, and you know, the streams of yesteryear. It would have stayed like that. Link, it appears that you have sufficient power. You should not seek to increase this any further. Go and bring peace to Hyrule. What am I missing then? What is that little irksome 0.6? Actually it's 0.58. Like, what's the deal with that? Let's maybe go talk to, Impa and, Hura and see if, anything is said. And then, you know, I can tweak some things on the Twitch side, and then we can start talking about, or start looking at the cutting room floor, because I think that kind of stuff's really cool. Maybe we can also find some interviews. If you guys want to like help with that, if you guys have any dev team interviews or even voice actor interviews, all in the form of a blog or an article, I will definitely take those. Things where we don't have to play a video, if I'm being quite honest with you. It's a little lonely here now that the Sheikah heirloom is Pura? Paya. Excuse me, Paya. Still, I'm so happy it was of use to you. From now on, if there's anything I could do for you, please promise you won't hesitate to let me know. What's your story? You want to know my story? Well, my name is Paya. The reason I was named Paya is because I have a birthmark shaped like a papaya seed. It's on my left, it's smack in the middle of her left butt cheek. Oh, I was thinking looter. Wow, Impa does not pull any punches. Grandmother. Never mind, Grandma. Oh dear, is there anything else I can help you out with? Good luck.
Oh.
Though Ganon's power is weak, I do not know how much longer the princess will be able to hold out. The princess, our Zelda. I leave her life in your hands. Good lord. Even with the blessings of the divine beast on your side, you must be careful. Calamity Ganon will be well protected. Be prepared for anything. I feel pretty happy. If I've only missed 0.58%, I'm fine. Hey there, Mr. Fernandez on YouTube. Welcome on in. Good to see you, good sir. Hopefully you're doing well in health and spirit, and I hope you enjoy your stay. We just beat the game. We got post-game photos. Oh, I got all that stuff sorted. Everything is all nice and kosher. Hopefully you're doing well in your little slice of earth here today. And after we get back from break, the content of the stream is going to change a little bit. We're going to, like, switch captures and everything. But, it's nice to be over this hill, everybody. I mean that. Yeah, if we can go 2 hours, then I'll go 2 hours. If we can't go 2 hours, okay. It's not the worst. It's not the worst thing ever. There is a commercial break that will be coming soon. It's 3 minutes. 3 minutes long with a timer on the screen. If you guys will just sit tight, it should pass over us in about 3 minutes. Please go stretch, get a snack, hug a loved one, do whatever you gotta do, and then hopefully, we'll be back in just a few moments. Thanks. Sorry about that, folks. I am back. Let me just hopefully everybody got something they wanted out of the commercial break. Oh, I get what Mr. Fernandez was saying. He was saying, "Oh, we're ready to play." Like, we've opened the door to Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, I suppose so, huh? Now that the dust has actually like finally settled, let's talk about the final boss. Because the bosses in this game, Mazkoshia and like the particular blights, were fine. I feel like the water blight was too easy. So you were definitely intended to do it first, or like really close to first. Wind blight was, I guess, if you like were to put their defenses like next to each other, the wind blight and water blight Ganons are about on the same level with each other. The fire blight Ganon was okay. Thunderblight Ganon was the most challenging, and it's really just a matter of, you know, everything moving so fast it's not funny. And like taking a longer than normal amount of time to figure out, oh, you needed to use Magnesis there. Mazkoshia, fantastic. Master Koga, comic boss, hilarious. Guy was definitely meant to be a joke. Understood. Calamity Ganon. That is such a... It's such a vainglorious letdown of the game. Such a I get that it was supposed to kind of be a symbolic boss. And I guess that's fine. Not every boss has to be challenging or compelling to be a good one. Got it. The fact that you can stun lock him with Urbosa's Fury Plus is wild. And some part of me feels like the Calamity Ganon / Dark Beast Ganon has been rushed. It felt rushed. They were like, yeah, we're out of ideas. And we got to incorporate, you know, Zelda's, like, bow of light arc somewhere. So do it here. And literally make a picture, a compendium slot behind it. Story-wise, killing Calamity Ganon was fulfilling. Like, the resolution of the boss fight was fulfilling. The boss fight itself, the Calamity Ganon, fine. Dark Beast Ganon, complete letdown. They could have done more with that. They could have done more. That was the thing I wanted to touch on, because I know that's in a lot of the Breath of the Wild critiques, is like, oh, make sure you talk about Calamity Ganon. He's kind of a big deal in quite a few different metrics. I'm pretty sure I've touched on everything that I personally thought about the boss. I'm curious to see where other people sit with Mr. Calamity Ganon. And what were your guys' favorite part to this whole experience? Just toggling over some things while I wait, or while we're conversing. Okay, so now just gonna go ahead and swap this over. So there's going to be no signal on the screen for just a second. I'm just changing over some tags on Twitch is what I'm doing. Okay, I've changed the stats there. Now I'm going to actually change the card. Okay, so I've swapped everything over. Please feel free to let me know if you're having difficulty reading things. I'm gonna futz around with the display for just a minute. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not like, if I increase the sharpness. Yeah, so like the resolution isn't quite up to snuff. Okay. I think I got it. So let's read some stuff. So here are some of the unused areas and hidden objects that were found. They're like some test maps and things. Including like original concepts for like the Great Deku Tree. That might have been something. I'm not playing any music here. I don't want to get like, copyright struck or anything, but I wanted to make sure I definitely went over this. If you guys want to follow along with the cutting room floor, that's a Google search away. You can open up Google and type in BOTW cutting room floor, and you'll get this site. You can literally follow along. I did read some of it. There's mostly like a lot of there is mostly just a lot of like textures, maps, concept stuff, things like that. I also thought we might take a crack into the Breath of the Wild subreddit and see if we can't find one or two things. If you guys have any sorts of interviews from like Aonuma or maybe Sean Chiplock, let's say, because I know he's talked about, his role in expressing Rivali, who I have grown to have a more profound appreciation for. He's like the only real Rito bird there ever really is. He's the only realist out of all the champions. Yes, he might be butthurt about his interactions with Link, but I think overall, Rivali was the one that was like, are we sure this dude's tested and ready? And I'm not gonna coddle and praise Link for every little act of service he does. But he definitely became more of a rival. Also, I still stand by Fishwife Mifa being like the best thing ever for Breath of the Wild. I love her. One interesting thing is that this pit here is apparently for the pit that you fight Master Koga like around. It's got like a bottom to it. It's got like a modeled bottom even, but there's no there's no way to access it. Let's see. And there are quite a few things that have not like that also have like additional models and stuff. But that's really about it. Let's take a look through the album. Here's a nice pose. I did see this one. I did read this one. There's like some sort of weird pose he's doing. And like maybe apparently this might have been the garb he might have wore at the start. But I think they eventually moved to a blue tunic. They like wanted to completely redo Link. And I think that, let's talk about Link a bit. He's still mute. He's still selectively mute. But he's like being mute by choice. It's not because he's actually mute. Which I find to be quite interesting. I also I find blah blah blah. Ugh, I cannot speak today. English words. They're hard. I kind of find it funny, or perhaps even hilarious, that Link might be, like, not optionally mute in some games. Because it's like, oh yeah, he's making the gestures with his hands, and he's just expecting everybody to kind of know what he's saying. And maybe he's just speaking real gibberish, and the NPCs are all just smiling and nodding and telling their troubles to him anyway. Let's see. There are a couple, like, these were the photos from, like, the demos, like the E3 demos. I always thought this was pretty cool. I wish they maybe had kept one of these, but it's fine. Let's see, what else do we have? Carp. To be honest, I wish they had given us, like, the Sankey Carp as, I wish a placeholder would have been, like, present for a lot of these things. For, like, bookkeeping purposes. Again, I hate pointing out Pokemon games, but, Nintendo should model their games, like, their achievement systems based on what happened in, Black 2 and White 2. That should be like or Black and White. That should kind of be a bog standard for the franchise, or for all the franchises. Just put achievements in. I guess in some games, like in Super Mario Odyssey, the achievements are kind of like, oh, did you collect the thing? Cool, great, you got it. Some other games, though, where, it's kind of meant to be more obtuse, that's kind of a problem. Let's see. There are apparently some depictions of like different various choo-choos. The pictures were all kind of different. I think this particular one here, moving to the fish, this looks like it would have been the Sankey carp, or like the original version of it. And then here's like a travesty. I'm so upset that this was reduced to amiibo. Hate that. I hate all that. Amiibo is awful. Let's see what else in here that's particularly cool. There's some test maps, there's some brush icons. There's some unused items. Some of these actually work, like the lantern is apparently coded as like a weapon, and they were able to eventually swap it out for just a part of the model. But I think it's real cool that the inventory storage transfer glitch can kind of like get some of these things. Some of them, not all of them. Ooh, an ice cream item. Yum. That definitely should have been in the game. There should have been like things you could do with milk. Not just warm it and make soups. Or pies. Like, you definitely should have been able to like add, say, a frozen, like an icy choo-choo jelly and maybe some rock salt and actually make salted ice cream. That would have been a nice touch. And then some of these things, a lot more of what's in these item tables, or notifications and stuff. Let me. A lot of these are like music or things I can't really play out, but a lot of the stuff that was like in testing, like in the Breath of the Wild cutting room floor, there's pretty solid evidence, especially like the bright cap mushrooms that ended up being put in Tears of the Kingdom instead. I think that's also kind of cool. That they came up with so many ideas, they practically had to split it up into 2 games. It's c'est la vie, I wish, honestly, I guess there's too much extra game for there to have been like, oh, this could have been part of the season pass, just like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and like Torna the Golden Country or whatever. Like that was a season pass thing, and then it was so big they were like, wait, what? Why isn't this its own game? Breath of the Wild, I feel, could have mirrored that exact same development practice, and I think we would have been a lot happier for it. Or I should say happier. Tears of the Kingdom, I think, is effectively the better game. I've heard so many people say it is. Maybe for me it won't be. I could always be the outlier, right? But Tears of the Kingdom is just... I've heard so many things. It feels like it definitely reads like it's an expansion pack. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. Because so much of it is the same. Like Breath of the Wild would go on to be like a franchise-defining staple, but Tears of the Kingdom got so much extra backlash for basically being a carbon copy footprint of Breath of the Wild. There wasn't enough different about it. At least that's what I remember reading in like news and stuff. We got a different bit of dialogue where They basically say you already overflow with life force and stamina. Increasing your power any further may destroy you. Instead of like, oh, you don't need to increase your power any further. This is like, oh, you can actually get to be too powerful. Wild. Then apparently there was a shop for general merchant. I'm sure there's some other dialogue here as well as the stuff that's in the system text. There's also like some unobtainable chests that you can probably get with the glitches and everything. Let's see. Oh, this one's interesting. Presumably due to them being based off a similar template, all enemies have in-game flags set for whether or not they can be damaged by Urbosa's Fury, falling long distances, or falling into hazards like water, mud, and lava. These include both overworld and story bosses, enemies found inside certain shrines like the Test of Strength Guardians and so on, etc. For instance, Maz Kashia takes fall damage at a rate of 5 HP per meter if the player somehow let him fall over 999 kilometers, and dies instantly if he falls into lava. Ah, where's the lava bucket when we needed it? Interestingly, these attributes also include one for Dark Beast Ganon's beam damage. However, no enemies can ever appear in the battle with Ganon, and the vast majority don't even spawn when in the last boss mode. Yet they're all flagged to die instantly if hit with the beam, implying the setup for the final boss may have been different or different early in development. So maybe at one point you were meant to defeat the main guy and then go and do some extra prep work for Dark Beast. You were like meant to maybe meet Zelda, out like in a different area, and then she would hand you the bow instead of literally, conjuring it out from the ethos or whatever. Let's see what else. The game's internal name is U King. According to the executable's file name U-King RPX, this follows the trend of the internal names of other Zelda games released in the same time frame. Let's see. So the 3D Ocarina of Time is known as Queen, A Link Between Worlds is Jack, and Majora's Mask 3D is known as Joker. While Triforce Heroes is known as Alice for the internal project name. Oddly, this is the same card rank used by Wind Waker HD, with the only difference being the first letter. Interesting. And then we've got these box arts. Why is that such a different box art? Why? Why use the home screen? That's wild. The Japanese and North American ones make perfect sense. Europe, Australia, why? Why is it so different? Why not get the fancier art? And to make things weirder, the Australian and European standards for packaging can be weird. And then of course we have the classic Imperial versus non-Imperial units, like everywhere else. And apparently Europe and Australia also use 24-hour time in the game. That's neat. And then this game had versions all the way from 0.9, like the base version of the game without updates. And I'm pretty sure... Yeah, so version 0.9 was the Wii U version, maybe? And then we had the 1.4. I'll actually take that back. The last changes were 1.8. Whoa. So that's what this game got an update for. That makes sense. Added support for the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. This was released on June 3rd of 2025. So 10 days ago. Added text support for the Brazilian Portuguese and some innumerable amount of other issues. I hate when developers do this. They should just list each issue. A notable glitch called the bow lift smuggle slide no longer works. What's the bow lift smuggle slide? Ah, okay. So, yeah, BLSS. But interesting. So it's not wind bomb. It's not like the wind bomb glitch, but it's got to be like Hessing in Ocarina of Time, where it's like or super slide style glitches. Well, guys, that's been the cutting room floor. I mean, we could maybe pull out the stuff in the subreddit. Let me see. And we got a whole bunch of adverts here. We got people posting plushies. Is there a way to sort by... there's a... okay, so if you guys wanted to know about an AMA, this was apparent... Oh, this was 3 years ago. Oof. But hey, the Sean Chiplock AMA did come out 3 years ago. Oh, real? Oh yeah, I forgot that he voiced the Great Deku Tree. Man, that dude's got some like range. Can I just say that the dude has some range? Because Rivali is, I think Rivali might be a bit more of his like normal speaking cadence, but Teva and the Great Deku Tree have like, those are entirely different speaking cadences, and that's impressive. Man, that this guy really knows how to talk, I guess. Just that's wild. Absolutely wild. I think that'll do it, everybody. I'm not going to hold everybody to the end, but I guess while I'm here, I could go ahead and maybe kind of explain, you know, what's going to happen. So Monday, when we come back, we will be streaming Tears of the Kingdom straight from there. I will have thumbnails and stuff ready to go by then. Let's see. Is Mr. Monkey Funk live at the moment? Because that would be about the chap I'm thinking about raiding out to, if anything. Let's just take a look. I think today might not be his day to do that. No. Instead, I'm going to shout out Miss Axel. She's playing The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. So if you guys want to check out all things Zelda, among other stuff, she's also played, you know, Alice. What is it? or it's the horror franchise with Alice in it. I forget the name of it already because I don't play it. Oof. But she works really hard on her content. You really should go check out her stuff. Give her some love and support. She's also on my Discord server, so please feel free to find her through my Discord server and follow her Twitch channel because that's where she makes content at. I'm trying to think. I think we've gone over pretty much everything. There wasn't anything too compelling in the Breath of the Wild cutting room floor, and I think in large part that reason is just because whatever was in the Breath of the Wild cutting room floor got thrown into Tears of the Kingdom later. So I think the real mine for cutting room floor material is going to be in the Tears of the Kingdom cutting room floor. And everything. I really do think that. And of course, we're going to do this exact same thing with Tears of the Kingdom as well. I do want to give you guys, the full 100% fully completed experience as much as I can. I know I didn't quite get 100%, but I honestly wouldn't know where to look for the 0.58. Is it chests? Did I not win a mini game? Did I not get perfect? I don't know. But my goal with Tears of the Kingdom is going to be, more or less this experience. We have however many episodes of it there are going to be. This one's going to be a first time experience LP where I kind of don't quite know what I'm doing. I look forward to that. But we're going to be doing that on Monday. That gives me time to make a thumbnail, make a second one for the start, the actual start of stream. I'm going to make 2 of those. I guess it's the closing remarks, right? Make 2 thumbnails, make a whole bunch of extra commands, actually properly discontinue the rotating soundboard. Don't worry. The actual, real Twitch soundboard isn't disappearing, but I think the idea of the second currency is very confusing to folks. So there are some bookkeeping things that I'm going to be doing as well. Don't worry, you guys will get a post in the Discord, which you should totally go join my Discord server if and you want to keep up with that stuff. Let's see. Any other closing remarks I want to make? Would I recommend this game? That being Breath of the Wild. Would I recommend Breath of the Wild? Yes. Yes, I would. I think, like I said, I truly do stand by it being a cult classic experience. Would I recommend you go for the full completion experience? No. Or how much of the game do I think you should actually complete? Since 70% of it is Koroks, I would say around, if an honest completion, 65 to 70% of the game is probably worth doing. Because 30% of it is just pure abject collect Koroks. Ha ha. Here's the poop joke. Stick it right there on top of our heads. That's it. That's the joke, everybody. Oh, what happened there? That should be getting sent through the thing. Anyway, well, guys, my name has been Coinstamp. I will post a preface of the whole game plan for Monday in the server, but I am not going to keep anyone. I'm going to call things early here. You guys have been awesome, and here is the conclusion of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Bonus videos are still going to be coming out for, showing off, all the armor upgrades and everything. I'm probably going to see if I can't outsource some help to that, help for that. And hopefully I will get those things to you guys sooner rather than later. And with that, my name is Coinstamp, everybody. This has been the last mainline episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. On Monday, we will be playing Tears of the Kingdom. You guys know the algorithmic stuff to do. It's in the description or the About Me section on Twitch. Sorry for the short stream, but don't want to wear out my welcome, You guys have been the best. Stay safe out there and take care of yourselves, my lovely senators and inductees. Do stay safe. You're welcome in my hallowed halls anytime. And with that, goodbye.